Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another segment of Stories of Hope from the heart of our community. I'm your host, Pastor Michael Brown, and my guest today is Miss Lynn Russcher, and Lynn is our Vice President of Advancement here at Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries, and you've heard from her before, but it's time for us to get back with Lynn so we can give you all an update on what's going on around the ministry. Lynn, how are you doing?
I'm well. Thank you for having me today.
Oh, it's good. It's good to have you on because I know sometimes things get to moving so fast, even I don't know what's going on. So I'm sitting in anticipation just like the rest of our listening audience because I know there's some things going on and I want to make sure I'm up to date as well. Now, the big thing that we've got going on right now is this new building that's going up in downtown.
Amazing, right?
Beautiful, beautiful building. And I love, as I came down Burdick Street the other day, they had just put the windows in on the Burdick Street side, some of them anyway, and they have 3 crosses in 3 of the windows. Right there. And I looked at that and I'm like, man, that's what I'm talking about.
My favorite part is the north side of the building with the cross in the brick.
In the arch.
Oh,
yes,
it's beautiful.
Yes. That was my idea.
I think that was a great idea.
But I was looking for that because as they started bricking, doing the brick on the north side, I was like, man, I thought there was supposed to be a cross. And then I came in one day and it was there. And it just made my day. And so we've still got some crosses that are going to be going up in the outside of the building. I don't want to tell everybody what they are because once the light goes on, they're going to see them. Yes. And I'm excited about that. Now, we're, with this process, we're at a place where the building that we're building is paid for. But the furnishing was something that was left to be added. How are we coming with furnishing?
Yeah, it's been an amazing journey to see how many people have wanted to take part in that furnishings, the fixtures, the equipment, really how to make the place comfortable for people when they come in. And so to have chairs to sit on and beds to lay on. And so we have seen so many people, and not just individuals, but it's businesses, it's churches, it's organizations that want to help out and know that will give those furniture and fixtures and equipment will be what makes people comfortable, but it's just such a legacy to see this building come to 100%.
I've been to places around the country, and some places I've been to, it's almost like they'll put anything in there for the homeless because anything they can sit on, anything they can sleep on, as long as it's out of the weather, it's okay, and that's just not the way that we want this to be. We want people to be comfortable. We want them to feel valued, when they come. They've already got a lot of stress on them, and it's a challenge for them to come and ask for help, and go through a process for help. So we want to take away all of that stress and make them feel comfortable coming in. So now we've got rooms that need to be furnished. And we've got tell us what the process is that we're in right now to invite people to help furnish those rooms.
Sure. We've been putting that out there in the community for a while now. It's been several months, and we've had quite a few people, like I mentioned, quite a few people that came alongside us for that. But we have opportunities for people to help with what we're calling the suites. And so those are the individual, almost like apartments in some ways, without a refrigerator or a kitchen section, because we have our food service downstairs. But it's a little living room, and it's 2 bedrooms, and it's a private bathroom. And so when someone comes in, they have that opportunity to bring their family in and be a family unit in those spaces. And so we have 16 of those available in the new building. So if you look at the outside of the building, we've got the main floor, the second floor, and the third floor. The second and the third are where the majority of those suites are. But we have emergency services, and we were talking about that a little while ago, but that's what most people would call the shelter.
Right.
That is the first entrance into the ministry. That's where they have accommodations to sleep overnight on a cot.
Right.
And so, again, that is the first point of contact. And so we really want to try to make that a comfortable spot.
As well, yeah.
Especially if they're coming off from the street or in from a, an abusive situation.
Right.
We want to try to create that safe
space.
place for them to stay. Community rooms are another so as you look out the outside of the building, there's those beautiful glass windows. Behind those windows are community rooms.
Right.
And so we see lots of things happening in those community rooms, from movie night or maybe a Bible study, or maybe it's just groups of women getting together to be able to sit and talk.
Yeah, and process things together.
Yeah.
Compare notes, so to speak.
Right. And I feel like maybe we didn't have that space so much in the old, that there was a place for that. I think we had a little bit with the day shelter.
Well, with the old buildings, what you had with the old buildings was about 4 buildings that had been snaked together, holes cut in the walls, so that we could use them together. But over time, it didn't work together. They weren't designed to be used like that. And so while we made it work for a number of years, there came that time when it just doesn't work anymore, And then all of your different systems were old. You got a boiler system you're trying to keep life in, and that's costing money. No AC, anywhere. And the roof was just always in need of repair. I remember one time on a 3-story building, we had it rained really bad, and we had water on the 2nd floor, of a 3-story building. So then that, it's way past time to replace this, and so we're not going to have those issues to deal with anymore. We're going to have a beautiful building that we'll be able to help people, and they can breathe. You don't feel anxious. Your surroundings, I believe, even, and studies will tell you that even paint colors, things that you use like that help to calm people, and when you just have an old building that you're trying to make it work, even coming into that space is anxious sometimes.
Yeah.
And so as you were saying, but with these rooms that we're going to have and the suites that we're going to have, all of those are going to be set up so that they're more calming, more inviting, and all of that,
Yeah.
Now, out of the suites that we have, so tell me, how much does it cost to furnish a suite? How many suites we have left, and how can somebody say, I want to sign up to furnish?
This is the exciting part, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Because furniture costs money, and so does all the things that need to go into a bathroom, and the beds and the storage.
Right.
So we have estimated it's going to be about $10,000 per room. Now, as of today, which is the middle of August, we have seen 14 of the 16 suites actually gifted to the missions. So we have technically two
left,
suites left until we have completed that.
So you mean to tell me that we've had 14 either companies, individuals, somebody has called and said, I want to donate the $10,000 that it takes to furnish a suite.
Yes. Isn't that incredible?
That is incredible. And now we're going to honor that person some kind of way. We're working on that, right?
Yeah, so we wanted to give them an opportunity to either honor their family for their gift. We're finding that lots of people want to just do a favorite verse. A verse that's meaningful to them, to encourage other people. So we've had a little bit of varied responses with that, but that plaque will go right outside the door of each suite that they have donated. And then that will be there for years to come.
Now, so a suite is $10,000. We've got some what do we have that's a little less than 10? Do we have any options that's less than $10,000
We do.
that somebody can
We
call?
do. Actually, there is a convalescent room that is off from, so we wanted to create a space in emergency services or the shelter in case somebody just isn't feeling the greatest or they need to be in a different spot.
So they've been
And
to the hospital released them, and they need somewhere to...
They need a place to lay their head. And that is $3,000. So there is definitely accessible, but even having people come along and say, you know what, I want to do 10 cots, and a cot is $150. And so maybe collectively we need people to come alongside and give collectively towards something. So every gift counts, right?
Now we've had. I know that we've got a call. I'm gonna try to lead you into this, into this conversation. But we got a call from a church that wanted to make a donation that was far above the sweet $10,000, and they wanted to furnish the chapel.
And that chapel is going to be amazing. So it's at the heart of what we do, right?
It is,
right?
And
so that chapel, and we've got big vision for that chapel.
Right.
And for them to come along and say, we want to create that space so that it feels like a real church when you walk in.
Right.
So that there is, audio, and there is lighting, and there is an opportunity to have screens up so that we can show videos and worship time, whatever that is.
And we can split that room.
And we can split the room so that even all of that tech equipment can be split as well. So if we have a smaller meeting and we want half of that to be some sort of meeting and the other half could be something different, we have that opportunity. But when it's all open, it's going to be a chapel. And I think about the daily chapel that we do here with guests, but also weekends we invite churches in to do Bread of Life. And so what an opportunity for more churches to get involved on the weekends to have those services. It's hard for some of our guests to get out into the community. And so why not bring it here? And so
and not only that though, but with other churches coming in, it gives our guests a variety of preaching styles, of worship styles that they can choose from, so that when they leave the mission, they know that they want to go to this church or that pastor spoke and it resonated with me, and they just have a feeling for where they want to be. So that's one of the beautiful things about having the churches come in, because it's like they're auditioning with the guests, so to speak. And it does, everything, every preaching style or every worship style doesn't resonate with everybody. And so it gives them that variety that some folks need.
And I think about the relationship that happens too. With those churches coming in, they get to interact with our guests and welcome them to their church and, give them an opportunity just to have a friendship there.
That's so neat. And that chapel, to outfit that chapel, cost how much?
$35,000.
And one church stepped up.
One church stepped up,
Wow.
and their story is incredible because they didn't even know where that was going to come from. But it was one person that said, we had a certain amount stored away for another purpose, and I had completely forgotten about that until God reminded me in the middle of the night. And then said, that's what we need to do. And so they were resolute about it. And so, it gives me chills. I just think about how God, motivates people and gets them thinking and praying about that.
So many of the stories that I've heard as we go through this process, when we got the money to build the building, so we were happy that we were able to start with that. But then we were looking at, how we're going to get it furnished, and just to see the community, just our friends in the community, different businesses step up and say, you know what, I just want to do that. And as you just said, to hear the stories or where God spoke to them in the midnight hour or it was something that God said a while back and then he reminded them, and this project was on their mind, and so now we're at that place where hopefully things stay on track, and I believe they will. We're looking at middle to the end of October to open up. I'm so excited.
It's a couple months away.
Really, when you think about it, and I took a peek the other day. We've been walking through the new facility about every other week. And yesterday I just took a peek, and just to see how much progress they've made in the last week, it is phenomenal to me. And along with the new building that we're doing some renovation in the old Hildebrand building. That building, the Hildebrand building, is named after our founders, Jacob and Anna Hildebrand. And so we're doing some renovation in that building as well to make some of those spaces work better for us. And I'm telling you, it's coming along fast.
That's fantastic.
Really fast.
That Hildebrand building is connected to
It
the
is.
new, right?
Yeah.
So it all will be
It's all gonna flow.
one space. Okay.
Yeah. I was looking. I was up on the second floor, and there's going to be a walkway, and it's going to transition up into the new building.
Okay.
And that's. I tell you what. I've been at the mission 24 years, and I have never seen the amount of progress happening so quickly. Not only in our programming and the building, everything, but just to hear people's life stories that are happening in this place, and it's just phenomenal to me. That's why I like doing this Stories of Hope, because there's so many stories of hope that we want to share with the community.
And you think about what's ahead.
Oh,
right,
yeah.
and the
That's
stories that will come from this new building.
Yeah. I mean, I
know.
Look. So I got a call from a young lady the other day, and she said, and when she called, when my phone rang, her name popped up. And I looked at the name, and I'm like, I know that name, but I can't put a face with it. And when I answered the phone, she said, you may not remember me. She said, but you guys helped my daughter when she was in Kalamazoo, and then another time. And she named about 4 different times that we've helped her over the years, and that's why her name was in my phone. And I don't remember that, and the thing I thought about was, you're not, how do I say this? You're not helping people just so you get accolades or anything. You're helping people because that's what you do, and so once one is helped, you get on to helping the next one, like that. And we get to tell those stories on this platform and our newsletters and so many different places. But just over the last 20-some years, 24 years, this is what KGM has been about, and KGM's been about that for what, 88 years now? 89 years now.
And so, coming on 89.
Yeah. And so, I mean, it's incredible, and it just, the thing that I never understood, though, is as long as we do this, and we've been doing this for years, when I ask people, what do they know about the gospel mission? And they say, well, you feed people and you house people, and I just wish that they would come down, take a tour, come down, find out about our programs. I hear different things about people thinking in the community, with so much going on with homeless nowadays, I just want people to know what it is that we actually do, what our programs actually look like. I just want people informed,
I would say that is the number one response that I get when I do tours. So I have the opportunity to do tours quite often during the week, and when we bring someone into the kitchen and they see the back warehouse and the amount of food supply that's needed to feed 200 some people at each meal
more
every day.
Actually,
So we also allow people to come in, whoever's hungry, they can come in and have a meal with us. But I think about the responses of those people, that they've never been back there before, and they've never seen what Good Samaritan for Men's looks like, and they see the opportunities we have in education and our children's ministry and the workforce development and all of the things that we offer, along with spiritual support, along with the support of an advocate that helps them to kind of determine what their next steps are. That is all so surprising, because that's exactly the thought is, they feed and they house people. But it's so much more.
There's so much more. I was there's a story in the Bible about the man, and I always talk about the man by the pool of Bethesda. But I wonder sometimes when I think of the pool of Bethesda, I think of KGM.
Yeah.
I just think there's so many people, in one place, and they're waiting for, and that man, the Bible says he was waiting for the moving of the water. Well, everybody's waiting for something. Everybody's wanting for something, and I remember I was talking to somebody the other day, and I said, I wonder what it was like the day after he got healed. How did how did other people tell that story? And I bet you that somebody was telling the story, said, yeah, this guy been laying on the bed for 38 years, and this man comes through and tell him, get up, take up your bed and walk, and he got up, and you ain't never seen nothing like it, and that's what we want, is we want to catch those ain't never seen nothing like it stories, because so many people think that God's done with them, he's mad with them, he's all of these reasons why people lose hope. And we want them to have hope, so that their story, when someone tells it, they say, well, you remember Jim used to stand on the corner outside the liquor store? Man, I saw him the other day. He was clean, he was driving, and he got his own place and everything. You ain't never seen nothing like it, because there are those stories today that need to be told, and we want to be that place that helps people get there, and I believe we see it happen every day. So what other opportunities are left now? We've got some opportunities for people to continue to connect to help support furnishings and fixtures and equipment and all of that. So what are some of those?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, the emergency services is one place that people could connect with cots, with tables, with chairs. But then there's also the community rooms, like we talked about, the movie nights and the congregating in those spaces. But also some tech needs. I think about the security cameras and just keeping people safe.
Right.
And so there's all sorts of opportunities, and you don't have to be the one now. If you want to be the one to come and just give towards all of the emergency services, man, we'd welcome that, wouldn't we? We'd welcome that. Yeah. But we also welcome any and every gift, because I think it's all of us working together.
It is
to see this come together.
And it's what we do is a partnership. It always has been. We are partners with this community, and I want this community, our listening audience, to hear me right now tell you that we need volunteers. Okay, we need volunteers in every area. If you can give 1 day a week, if you can give an hour a week, 2 hours a week, 5 hours a week, 2 days a week, whatever you have that you're willing to share and help this ministry change the lives of people in the Kalamazoo area, we need you. And so just give us a call. We will work out what that looks like. If you want to volunteer in one of the thrift stores, we've got 2. One here on Burdick Street, one down on South Westridge, our Simple Treasures outlet. We've got KDC on 1010 North Westridge, where you can work over there with those folks volunteering. We've got clothing giveaway. We've got, guest advocates over there that are helping people figure out life, over there. We've got same thing here on Burdick Street in downtown Kalamazoo at KGM. In children's ministry and food service ministry and our learning ministry, helping people to figure out GEDs and college prep and all of that kind of thing. The opportunities are endless. We need your help. And so, give us a call, 269-345-2974. That's 269-345-2974. If you want to volunteer, speak to Matt Furrow. Okay, Matt's our volunteer coordinator, and Matt will get you plugged in, but we need your help. If you want to give to one of these projects to help to furnish and equip one of these new spaces in the new building or be a part of something like that, then give Lynn a call. The number's the same, 269-345-2974. What's your extension, Lynn?
213.
213, Lynn Russcher. And Lynn will get you plugged in and tell you just how we can make that happen. Anything else, Lynn? We're getting ready to close out here in a minute. Did I forget anything? Is there anything we want anybody else to know?
I think that we've covered it, but if anybody has any questions at all, we also have information on our website.
Okay.
So kzoo gospel.org.
Okay.
And you just
What's
scroll
that
down.
again?
kzoo gospel.org. And when you go there, if you scroll down a little bit, there is actually even a time lapse of the building being built. So there's all sorts of information in there as well. So if they want to go there.
Yeah, if you just want to go straight to that time lapse, you can go up on YouTube and type in Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries, and it'll take you right to a live feed there. So two ways you can view that: on our website, kzoogospel.org, or YouTube. We just love being a part of this community. I want to thank you all for being faithful listeners and partners with us. We just love being in partnership with you all, with what God is doing in our community. We are working hard to make sure that we bring His kingdom to the earth in the lives of the people that come here to have their lives changed. So before we close, Lynn, is it all right if I pray for you? You're doing a phenomenal job. I want to tell you, you've got a great team, and you guys I would put you all up against anybody's video, audio advancement team, in the city. You guys are doing a tremendous work. So won't you pray with us as we pray for our team here? God, I just give you praise and glory and honor, God, for Lynn and her team. Father, you know them each by name. You know the work that each one of them do, God, to pull this all together. I want to thank you, God, right now for this community and such a great giving community, Father, that has supported this ministry for over 88 years now, God, and will be doing that on into the future. I pray, God, that our listening audience is blessed. I pray, God, that even as they listen to us today, that if they know someone who needs the services of Kalamazoo Gospel Ministries, that they will refer them to us. I also pray, God, that they will here for opportunities to come down and be a part of what we're doing firsthand. And for those, God, who have questions, that they would give a call so that we can respond to their questions and help them become better informed. God, we love you. We thank you for what you're doing in us, to us, and through us, and ask that you continue, God, to lead us, God, as we bring your kingdom to the earth. In Jesus' name, amen. God bless you. This has been another segment of Stories of Hope from the heart of our community. I'm Pastor Michael Brown, my guest, Lynn Russcher, and we'll see you all here next week, same time. God bless.